All right, here to break down today's primaries as they kick off. Polling open now. Nevada GOP Chairman Michael McDonald and Maine GOP Chairman Demi Kazunas. Chairwoman, rather. Good to see both of you here, and thanks so much for coming on. We do appreciate that. So we've got to break down 4 races today, 4 primaries, and we'll start with your respected states here. Demi, if I could start with you, rather in May here, I'll pull this number 2 control room. I'll pull this headline quote here for you. This is what it says in Maine. Again, primary elections are this Tuesday in Maine. The race for Congress in the 2nd District is getting a lot of attention, with Congressman Bruce Poliquin facing off against Liz Caruso for the Republican nomination. The Republican winner will later face Democratic Representative Jared Golden and Independent Tiffany Bond in November's general election. Demi, for those watching around the country, why should folks watch this, particularly this race around the nation?
Well, we have basically a 2-term congressman that is now running for re-election. He had won 4 years ago, but was knocked off due to ranked choice voting, even though he won the popular vote. And we have a newcomer that's coming in, and she's done a great job campaigning. Her name is Liz Caruso. And of course, the winner of that race, which will be today, announced today, will go after Jared Golden, who has voted 90% of the time with Nancy Pelosi, even though he tries to moderate himself during election years to basically try to make himself more mainstream, as our congressional district in the 2nd District is a little bit more conservative.
So you think that seat can be flipped, Demi?
Absolutely. In 2020 race, I think Donald J. Trump won it by 10%.
Got it. All right, let's move to Nevada now. Michael McDonald, I'll jump to you on this one. I'll show you this. U.S. News put this out about the Nevada primary, and here that is. The Senate governor among key races to watch in Nevada's primary. Break this down, Michael, politically, what that means in Nevada for those watching.
I think it's big. Our 2 top leading candidates right now are both endorsed by Donald Trump, President Trump. President Trump's still widely popular here in the state of Nevada. And this race has become one of the most expensive races for governor and for senator in the nation. So we've been hit with the economy. 40% rent, if you look at it, has gone up 40%. Several people can't afford to even live here. We also have a problem with gas. We're the 2nd highest gas prices. So there's so much to run on that you see our 2 top candidates. Adam Laxalt's running for Senate here, and Joe Lombardo's running, our sheriff of Clark County, is running for governor. 2 very well popular candidates, which we feel very confident about that will take on the Democrats in the general.
In Adam Laxalt that you mentioned, he's also backed by the minority leader. Is that correct? Senate minority
Yes, sir.
Leader.
Absolutely, yes. Adam has a great relationship with several of our leaders back east. He's been very prominent in the state for a long time. His grandfather was actually the man that made me a from Democrat to Republican when I turned 18. My family's primarily Democrats, but then they're all Republicans now. Yeah, I can tell you. So you start to see that type of relationship.
So looking at, if I could stay with Nevada just for a second here, because both Maine and Nevada here have their challenges. You're trying to flip a seat here. In Nevada, it seems like it would be, if you look on paper, an uphill battle. Both of the seats you're talking about here are held by Democrats. How difficult do you think it's going to be to overturn these seats? Is that a possibility for you?
Absolutely. When you look at what took place here this last election, more people are engaged. The Democrats passed mail-in ballots that have been a problem with many people we've seen in the past. So we feel heavily engaged. The Republicans are moving into heavy minority populations where we're going in and pulling them out and showing them that they actually are relating to a Republican Party rather than Democrats, which has been very successful. We worked with the Senatorial Committee on Project Vamos, which has been great. At RNC last time, we were able to go into the Latino communities and project where we'd be, largest turnaround we've had in the state of Nevada in history.
I've got Laxalt here. Nevada Independent has conducted a poll, and Demi, I'll get to you in just a second here. Nevada Independent conducted a poll. Has got Laxalt there at 48%. Everyone's following me. I believe he's up 14 points right now. Lombardo there up 13 points. Again, that Nevada Independent, that was done as well. Talk to me about that. How important is polling to you in terms of watching these campaigns here, Michael?
Well, I think if you look at it, the Nevada Independent is a primarily Democrat-leaning blog, paper, whatever you want to call it. They've been very critical of Laxalt, and they've been very critical of Sheriff Lombardo. I think it shows right now that even the enemy side, our enemy side, if you will, are polling that the two top candidates are Trump-endorsed candidates in the state of Nevada, and they're both very popular widely. It's a very, very, very spirited campaign for governor as well as for Senate. And I think we have great candidates all the way down the ticket, but the two top ones that are running right now, I have a great relationship with Senator Lombardo for 33 years. Yeah. Adam Laxalt since he was our Attorney General.
So that's one to watch. Again, a lot of flipping to be done, if you will, in Nevada. If you want to watch that one really quickly here, I just want to pull back Demi. Close us out here on how big endorsements are. The Washington Post put this out about South Carolina. The incumbent Nancy Mace, Congresswoman of the 1st Congressional District there, says this: Trump shunned Nancy Mace. Can't she survive a GOP primary? Trump is backing Arrington, who is challenging her. Both hovering around 40-something%, could go into a runoff. Close us out here. How important is that Trump endorsement still to this day?
I personally think it is important because his record precedes him. I think 96% of the time that when a candidate is endorsed by a former president, they win. We don't have that issue in the state of Maine in the Congressional District 2, but we know it is Trump country, and whoever does win the primary today will probably be looking for an endorsement from our former president. And again, inflation is the problem. Our governor, along with Biden, President Biden, has destroyed Maine economy because we have the longest commute of any other state in the country, which is 35 minutes, and we primarily heat with heating oil. And it's really affecting Mainers, and I can only imagine what the winter is going to look like here in the state of Maine.
The other primary is North Dakota. The senator there, John Hoeven, expected to win his re-election. He also is backed by President Trump. So we covered a lot of those today, the major ones there, Maine, Nevada, and obviously South Carolina. Michael McDonald, Nevada GOP Chairman Demi Kazunas, also joining us as well, the chairwoman there for the GOP from Maine. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate that. You got it.
Thank you for having us on.